Good morning, my friend. Before we begin, I want to ask you one simple question. When was the last time you stood up from a chair without using your hands? It may seem like an ordinary movement, something you've done thousands of times throughout your life, but believe it or not, that one simple action can tell you more about your future health than many people realize. If you're over the age of 60, today's conversation could completely change the way you think about exercise. For years, we've been told that walking is one of the best things we can do as we get older. And to be clear, I agree. Walking is wonderful. It helps your heart, improves circulation, reduces stress, and keeps you active. But here's something many people don't hear often enough. Walking helps you move. Strength helps you stay independent. Those are not the same thing. I've met many older adults who proudly walked every morning for 30 or 40 minutes, yet they still struggled to climb stairs, stand up from the couch, or carry groceries into the house. At first, this can feel confusing. How can I walk every day and still feel weak? The answer is surprisingly simple. Walking mainly trains endurance. It keeps your body moving, but it doesn't challenge your muscles enough to slow the natural loss of strength that comes with aging. After the age of 60, our bodies begin losing muscle mass more quickly. This process happens gradually, year after year. Most people don't notice it until everyday activities suddenly become more difficult. Standing from a chair, getting out of bed, picking up a grandchild, carrying a basket of laundry, climbing just one flight of stairs. These small tasks begin requiring more effort than they once did. Many people assume this is simply because they're getting older. Age certainly plays a role. But weakness is not always caused by age alone. Very often, it's caused by muscles that are no longer being challenged. Let me tell you about someone I'll call David. David was 72 years old. Every morning after breakfast, he walked around his neighborhood for nearly 40 minutes. His neighbors admired his dedication. His family believed he was doing everything right. But one afternoon, while visiting his daughter, something happened that caught everyone by surprise. After sitting on a low sofa during a family gathering, David tried to stand. He leaned forward. He pushed with both hands. He rocked back and forth several times before finally getting to his feet. His granddaughter noticed immediately. "Grandpa, are your legs okay?" David smiled and laughed it off, but deep inside, he knew something had changed. Later that evening, he realized the problem wasn't walking. The problem was strength. His doctor encouraged him to begin simple resistance exercises that could be performed safely at home. Nothing complicated, no expensive equipment, no gym membership, just controlled movements using his own body weight. Within several weeks, David noticed something unexpected. Standing from a chair became easier. His balance improved. Walking actually felt lighter than before. His confidence returned. That's when he understood something many people never hear. Walking became easier because he became stronger, not the other way around. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings about exercise after 60. People often focus only on movement, but your muscles are the engine that allows movement to happen. Without maintaining that engine, everyday life slowly becomes more difficult. Now, let me reassure you, this isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It isn't about lifting heavy weights. It isn't about spending hours exercising. In fact, one of my favorite exercises for older adults takes only a few minutes, requires nothing more than a sturdy chair, and can be adjusted to almost any fitness level. We'll get to that exercise shortly. But first, I want you to understand why it matters so much. Your muscles do far more than help you walk. They support your joints every time you move. They help control your blood sugar. They protect your bones by placing healthy stress on them. They improve balance by reacting quickly when you lose your footing. They even influence your metabolism and energy levels throughout the day. Think of your muscles as your body's insurance policy. The stronger they remain, the easier it becomes to recover from illness, prevent falls, and continue living independently. Researchers who study healthy aging consistently find that muscle strength is closely connected with quality of life in later years. People who maintain stronger legs often find it easier to remain active, travel, enjoy hobbies, and care for themselves. The goal isn't simply adding years to your life, the goal is adding life to your years. Imagine being able to stand from your favorite chair without hesitation, walking through the grocery store without feeling exhausted, climbing stairs with confidence, playing with your grandchildren without worrying about losing your balance. These are the moments that truly matter, and they begin with one simple decision. Instead of asking only, "How far should I walk today?" start asking, "How can I keep my body strong enough to enjoy the life I want tomorrow?" Because movement keeps you active, strength keeps you independent. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you one simple movement that combines safety, practicality, and effectiveness in a way that's especially valuable for adults over 60. The best part is that almost anyone can begin, regardless of their current fitness level. And once you understand why this exercise works so well, you'll never look at a simple chair in quite the same way again. One of the reasons this exercise is so effective is because it trains your body for the movements you perform every single day. Think about how often you sit down and stand back up. You do it when you get out of bed, when you leave the dining table, when you stand from your favorite chair to answer the phone, when you get into the car, when you use the bathroom. Most people perform this movement dozens of times every day without giving it much thought. But as we grow older, something begins to change. Many people start pushing themselves up with both hands. Some rock back and forth several times before standing. Others avoid low chairs completely because they're afraid they won't be able to get back up. These small changes may seem harmless at first, but they often signal that the muscles in your legs and hips are becoming weaker. The good news is that your body is remarkably adaptable. Even after the age of 70, your muscles still respond when you give them the right challenge. They may not respond as quickly as they did decades ago, but they absolutely can become stronger. That's why I recommend one simple movement more often than almost any other: the chair sit to stand. It looks almost too simple to make a difference. In fact, many people underestimate it the first time they try it. Then they realize something surprising. By the fifth or sixth repetition, their legs begin working much harder than they expected. That isn't a bad sign. It's simply your muscles waking up. Here's how to perform it safely. Choose a sturdy chair that doesn't slide across the floor. Sit near the front edge with both feet flat on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes looking straight ahead. Lean your body slightly forward from your hips, not your waist. Now press through your heels and slowly stand until you're fully upright. Pause for just a moment. Then slowly lower yourself back down with control until you gently touch the chair. Notice that I said slowly. The lowering phase is just as important as standing up. Your muscles work during both parts of the movement. If you need to use your hands at first, that's perfectly fine. There is absolutely no shame in using the chair arms or placing your hands on your thighs for support. Remember, you're not competing with anyone. You're building a stronger version of yourself. As your confidence grows, you'll naturally rely less on your hands. One day you'll notice that you're standing up without even thinking about it. Those small victories are worth celebrating. Another common question I hear is, how many repetitions should I do? There's no perfect number for everyone. If 5 repetitions feel challenging, begin with 5. If 10 feels comfortable, that's a wonderful place to start. The goal isn't exhaustion, the goal is consistency. Doing a few repetitions several times each week is far more valuable than doing too much once and then quitting because you're sore. Slow progress is still progress. One mistake I see quite often is people trying to move too quickly. They rush through the exercise as if they're trying to finish as fast as possible, but faster isn't better. In fact, moving slowly gives your muscles more time under tension. It also improves balance and coordination. Imagine lowering yourself as gently as if you were sitting on a fragile piece of glass. That level of control teaches your body how to stay stable in everyday life. It also places less unnecessary stress on your joints. Speaking of joints, many people avoid strengthening exercises because they're worried about knee pain. That's an understandable concern. But in many cases, weak muscles actually place more stress on the knees than stronger muscles do. When the muscles surrounding the knee become stronger, they help absorb some of the forces that would otherwise be placed directly on the joint. Of course, if you experience sharp pain during any movement, stop and speak with your healthcare provider or physical therapist. Exercise should challenge your muscles, not create severe joint pain. Another benefit people often notice is improved confidence. This might surprise you. Strength isn't only physical, it's psychological. The moment you realize you can stand up more easily, climb stairs with less effort, or carry groceries without feeling unstable, your confidence begins to grow. That confidence encourages you to stay active, and staying active creates even more strength. It's a positive cycle. Compare that with what often happens when people begin feeling weak. They avoid movement because they're afraid. The less they move, the weaker they become. The weaker they become, the more fearful they feel. Before long, ordinary activities seem difficult. The chair, sit to stand exercise helps interrupt that cycle. It reminds your body that it is still capable. It reminds your brain that movement is safe. It reminds you that improvement is possible, even later in life. Now, let's talk briefly about breathing. Many people hold their breath without realizing it. Instead, try breathing out gently as you stand, then breathe in as you slowly sit back down. This simple rhythm helps keep the movement controlled and comfortable. You also don't need to set aside an entire hour for exercise. One of my favorite strategies is attaching this movement to something you already do every day. For example, perform a few repetitions before breakfast, or every time you finish watching the evening news, or while waiting for your morning coffee to brew. When healthy habits become connected to routines you already have, they become much easier to maintain. And consistency, not perfection, is what changes your body. In just a moment, I'll show you why combining this simple movement with walking creates a much more powerful plan for healthy aging than relying on walking alone. I'll also explain one surprisingly common mistake that prevents many older adults from seeing the results they're hoping for, even though they believe they're exercising regularly. Now that you understand why strength matters and how the chair sit to stand exercise works, let's answer an important question. Does this mean you should stop walking? Absolutely not. Walking remains one of the healthiest habits you can have. It supports your heart, improves circulation, lifts your mood, and encourages you to stay active. The goal isn't to replace walking. The goal is to make walking work even better for you. Think of it this way: walking helps your engine run smoothly. Strength training builds the engine itself. When you combine the two, your body becomes stronger, more stable, and better prepared for everyday life. Imagine two neighbors who are both 70 years old. The first neighbor walks for 30 minutes every morning but never does any strength exercises. The second neighbor also walks, but before each walk, they spend just 5 minutes performing controlled chair sit to stands. 6 months later, both people have received the benefits of regular walking, but the second person has also challenged the muscles responsible for standing, climbing stairs, maintaining balance, and preventing falls. That small difference adds up over time. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself after 60 isn't simply the ability to walk farther. It's the ability to continue doing everyday tasks without depending on someone else, getting out of a car, carrying shopping bags, walking across a parking lot, playing with grandchildren, standing in the kitchen while preparing dinner. These are the moments that define independence, and they all depend on strength. Another important point many people overlook is recovery. Your muscles don't become stronger while you're exercising. They become stronger afterward while your body repairs itself. That's why good nutrition matters just as much as exercise. After completing your chair exercises, try including a source of protein in one of your meals. Eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, beans, chicken, tofu, cottage cheese, or lentils all provide your muscles with the building blocks they need to recover. Staying hydrated is equally important. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally becomes weaker. Many older adults don't realize they're mildly dehydrated until they begin feeling tired or dizzy. Drinking water consistently throughout the day supports muscle function, circulation, and overall health. Sleep also deserves attention. Many people underestimate how much quality sleep influences strength. During sleep, your body repairs tissues, restores energy, and prepares your muscles for another day of activity. If you're exercising regularly but sleeping only a few hours each night, your progress may be slower than expected. Healthy aging is never about one single habit, it's about several healthy habits working together. Let's also talk about patience. We live in a world where people expect immediate results, but your body doesn't work that way. You probably didn't lose strength in 1 week. You won't rebuild it in 1 week either. Instead, focus on small improvements. Perhaps today you complete 5 repetitions. Next week you complete 7. A month later you complete 10. Those small victories matter far more than dramatic changes. Don't compare yourself with younger people. Don't compare yourself with your neighbor. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. If today you move a little easier than last week, you're moving in the right direction. I've seen many older adults surprise themselves. People who believed they were too old discovered they were simply out of practice. Once they began moving consistently, they noticed changes that extended far beyond stronger legs. They felt more energetic, they became more confident, they walked with better posture, they worried less about falling. Some even returned to hobbies they had quietly given up years before: gardening, traveling, dancing, playing with grandchildren. These aren't just physical improvements, they're improvements in quality of life. And that's what healthy aging is really about. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one thought. Your age is only one number. What truly matters is how well your body allows you to enjoy each day. Every time you choose to move, you're sending your body a message. Every chair sit to stand tells your muscles you are still needed. Every walk tells your heart, keep working. Every healthy meal tells your body, I want to take care of you. Those messages add up over weeks, months, and years. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need complicated workout programs. You simply need consistency. 5 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow, 5 minutes next week. Those small investments can lead to remarkable changes over time. If you're just beginning, promise yourself one thing: don't focus on perfection, focus on showing up. Some days you'll feel stronger than others. Some days, 5 repetitions will feel easy, other days they won't. That's completely normal. Progress isn't a straight line, it's a journey. And every healthy decision you make moves you one step closer to maintaining the independence you deserve. So, tomorrow morning, before you head out for your walk, take a sturdy chair and perform a few slow, controlled sit to stands. Pay attention to how your body feels. Notice which muscles begin working. Then go for your walk. Repeat that simple routine several times each week. You may be surprised by how different everyday life begins to feel. Standing becomes easier. Walking feels smoother. Your balance improves. And perhaps most importantly, you begin trusting your body again. That confidence is priceless. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. I truly hope this discussion has helped you see that healthy aging isn't about choosing between walking and strength training. It's about giving your body both. If you found today's video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me your age in the comments below and let me know whether you're going to try the chair sit to stand exercise this week. Your story may inspire someone else to take the very first step toward becoming stronger. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future videos focused on simple, science-informed ways to help you stay active, confident, and independent after 60. Until next time, take good care of yourself, keep moving, keep getting stronger, and remember this: every small step you take today is an investment in the freedom you'll enjoy tomorrow.